Hello everyone, it is I, Dr. T, and I am here with a special guest today.
Hi, I'm Ben, and today's topic is fingerprints.
That's my line.
Oh, I'm in.
I'm just pulling your leg. Anyway, we have scoured the internet, looking for any piece of information that could potentially answer this question.
Are fingerprints substantial evidence for forensic scientists to use to convict a suspect? Wait, is that your line too?
Nah, that was yours. The purpose of this task we have so generously taken is to answer this question so that you, the viewer, don't have to. With that being said, let's jump right into it. You gonna start this one out?
Wait, this is my line?
I left it open. I figured you would want a little bit of a chance to shine.
Oh, okay. The only part that doesn't make sense is the format of the script.
We're burning through time. I'll make changes in the future.
Fingerprints are a very unique piece of forensic evidence because they classify as individual evidence. The reason for that being that two people's fingerprints are the same, even identical twins.
Right you are, and I'm so petty that I looked it up. Do you know what the likelihood of two people having the exact same fingerprint is?
It's impossible.
Not impossible, just very, 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 very improbable. Estimates show that there is a 1 in 64 trillion chance of two people having the same fingerprint. To put that in perspective, there is roughly 8 to 9 billion people on the planet today.
And there are several reasons why two people will have different fingerprints. Starting with the much more simple reason, there are different types and subtypes of fingerprints. The most common type of fingerprint being the loop, and the least common being the arch.
And whorls are also a thing.
Yeah, those. Right.
Anyway, the different subtypes of the arch are the plain arch and the tented arch. The tented arch has a higher peak than the plain arch, so that's how you'll be able to tell the difference between those two arches, as can be seen right here.
The next subtypes are for the loop. Thankfully, there are only two types of loop, the radial and ulnar loop. You can only distinguish the difference if you know what hand they come from. And these are some examples.
Hello, everyone.
Apparently we have another guest. Meet Ben. Again, the other one. You are now Ben the Second, henceforth. Okay, Ben the Second, do you have any inputs on this? The answer is yes. Yes, you do. Next is the worlds, and Ben the Second, because you haven't done anything productive yet, I'm tasking you with this one.
Whorls are a type of fingerprint that consists of circles, more than one loop, or a mixture of pattern types. There are 4 types of whorls. There's a plain whorl that has 2 deltas. Double loop whorl, which looks like a fingerprint yin-yang. It's that one.
It's okay.
Central pocket whorl, which is the most self-explanatory one. And the accidental loop whorl, which is like a deformed version of the plain whorl.
Anyway, now it's on to ridge characteristics. Ben,
Which one?
Which one?
the first one. You, go. That one, go.
Ridgeology is the study of ridge characteristics in a fingerprint. This study can be extremely useful in finding differences between fingerprints. Some examples of characteristics include the delta, the bifurcation, the island, the eye, and more.
Thank you, Ben. I got this next one. There are 2 ways to collect fingerprints, one from the crime scenes and the other from suspects. You can collect fingerprints from a suspect by having them place their finger and roll them on the ink pad, and then roll them on a sheet of paper. The other method is the latent fingerprint. You use a brush and powder of different colors depending upon the color of the surface you are dusting, and dust for fingerprints. Once you have found one, you take a piece of tape and carefully lift the fingerprint off the surface.
That's everything on background info, right?
Yeah, should be.
Perfect. Next! Now it's on to the evidence, pros, and cons. Ben the Second, you start with the evidence.
An example of a case that involved fingerprints is a cold case that was first looked at in 1978 and not solved until 2008, and the suspect was convicted in 2011. On October 17th, an unknown perpetrator broke into a 68-year-old Carol Bennett's home and proceeded to stab Bennett to death. It was thought that the suspect had washed off the blood in the bathroom of the apartment before stealing Bennett's car. The police took finger and palm prints off the bathroom. The car was later found in Illinois with matching prints on it, and no new leads appeared as fingerprint technology was very primitive. Fast forward to 2008, where the Omaha Police Department was inquired about the case, which prompted lab technician Laura Casey to look at the prints using IAFIS, Integrated Automated Fingerprint Identification System, which did not exist back in 1978 as it was created in 1999. Within 5 hours, the program returned possible candidates for matches. Casey spent many days examining prints and was able to come up with a perfect match. The match was of a criminal named Jerry Watson who had already been serving time in an Illinois prison for burglary charges. The case was officially reopened and given to Cold Case Squad Detective Doug Harrow. After reviewing the evidence from the case, a personal advert flyer was found with Jerry W. written on the back. It was discovered that Watson had lived only a few blocks from the victim. Harrow went to the Illinois prison to question Watson and obtain a DNA sample for comparison. Subsequent testing confirmed the match of Watson's DNA and the DNA found at the crime scene and the car. Watson was convicted and sentenced to life prison on October 17, 2011, the same day that his victim's body was discovered.
Jeez, you... Okay. Good job. You might want to take a water break after that one. All right, Ben the first. Continue on with the pros.
The pros of fingerprint evidence include: fingerprints are individual evidence and no two people have the same fingerprints. Ridge characteristics, or ridgeology, is the study of uniqueness of friction-ridge structures and their use for identification. These ridge characteristics allow fingerprints to be systematically identified. Fingerprints are fairly easy to find considering the multitude of ways used to find them, such as dusting with black powder and then lifting them with clear tape, the use of fluorescent powder and UV lights to find prints on multicolored or dark surfaces. Magnetic powder can be used on shiny surfaces or plastic bags and containers. And the cyanocrylate fuming method, or superglue method, is used for developing prints on a variety of surfaces. And the use of ninhydrin, which produces a blue or purple color to lift prints from surfaces such as paper and cardboard.
And the cons of fingerprint evidence include only 12 to 16 similarity points on a fingerprint are required to link a suspect to a crime, which quite frankly just isn't enough. For example, in the Madrid bombing case, there were around 16 characteristics from the man in question that matched to the print on the bomb materials, which caused the innocent man to be sentenced to time in jail until the real culprit was later found, who had all the same fingerprint similarities, yet had more similarities that at the time was overlooked. If fingerprints are not written or not in a database, a culprit may not be found. And if the culprit wears gloves or has cleaned the area, then prints are virtually impossible to find.
That's everything.
To summarize the previous information, we firmly believe that fingerprints on their own are not substantial evidence, but when backed with other evidence, they can be a very strong convicting force. Good job, boys. Let's take a water break.
Think we're done?
Perfect time because we got 2 minutes.
Oh, well, God. Hello, everyone. It is I, Dr. T, and I have a special guest today.
Hi, I'm Ben, and today's topic is fingerprints.
Hey, that's my line.
Oh, sorry.
Nah, I'm just pulling it up. We have scoured the internet looking for any possible source to answer this question.
Are fingerprints substantial evidence for forensic scientists to use to convict a suspect? Wait, was that your line too?
Nah, that was yours. We have taken this task so generously so that we could answer the question so that you, the viewer, don't have to. With that being said, let's jump right into it. 3, 2, 1. Hello everyone, it is I, Dr. T, and I have a special guest today.
Hi, I'm Ben, and today's topic is fingerprints.
Wait,
that
what?
was my line. Wait,
We already did this.
yeah, I know, because we have to do it again.
Why?
We didn't get it right the first time. We gotta do it perfectly. Okay, sorry,
I
Ben.
thought we
Now
were
you gotta do it
doing
another
that too.
time.
I was really
Well,
confused.
I'll
thought
do
we
a
were
sub.
doing-
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. Hello everyone, it is I, Dr. T, and I have a special guest today.
Hi, I'm Ben, and today's topic is fingerprints.
Hey, that's my line.
Oh, sorry.
I'm just blowing you away. Anyway, we have scoured the internet looking for any piece of information that could potentially answer this question.
Are fingerprints substantial evidence for forensic scientists to use to convict a suspect? Wait, was that your one too?
No, that was yours. The purpose of this task that we have so generously taken to answer this is generally...
Oh, we
Cut.
almost had it.
We did! We almost had it!
That last line.
Alright, here.
Cut!
When I
Ben,
hold
you
up
might
this
just want to
paper-
stand over there.
Here's a picture. Cut!
No. Like, this so I don't have to keep going up. When I hold this picture up, you know it, the news thing to start.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's when you
All right. Try this again.
hold my hand like that. Right, so 3, 2,
Yards.
And whirls are also a thing.
Yeah, those. Right.
Anyway, the different types of the arch. Okay, let's try that part again.
Alright, so we're just gonna,
That specific part. Starting with nice.
I have all loops, but one of them's just backwards.
I'll be sure to give credit to Mr. Locke in the gag reels.
I've got all whirls all over.
I'm fairly spread out.
Yeah,
I-
I don't even know.
Exactly. That's the point. That's why I wear gloves. Not even my own viewers know what my hands look like.
Alright, so are we doing this whole thing together?
No, we're starting at and whirls are also a thing.
Okay, so just make sure you kind of go through and see where that is.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Okay,
3.
right. 2, 1. And the accidental loop whirl, which is like a deformed version of the plain whirl.
Anyway, now it's on to ridge characteristics. Ben,
Which one?
Which one?
the first one. You go. That one, go. Rick. Next. Then next, I don't know if we're gonna have enough space.
We're just gonna leave it rolling.
Dang, that was 5 minutes.